Welcome, Let Your Light Shine members. I'm Andi Bond, and this is your new moon update for February 2015. I do apologize, we ran into a bit of a glitch and didn't get the video up perfectly on time, but here we go. So last week, February 17th, was the day that we celebrated Shivaratri, which is a holiday each year that's very near and dear to our Susan Joyce Proctor, and it's a time of the year to let go and burn off karma, and it's a time to really invoke, embody, align with the part of ourself that is Shiva. And that part of ourself is a couple of things. First of all, it's the light of transcendence, the light of consciousness that is available no matter what. It's there long before all of this material form came into being, and it will be there long after. It is who we are. It is consciousness itself. And beyond our thoughts, beyond our minds, beyond our emotions, beyond our story about our life, that is truly, truly who we are. And so Shivaratri is a time to really get in contact with that. So it's a really wonderful time to meditate. It's a time where you stay up all night chanting Om Namah Shivaya, which is, the way that I translate that is surrender to God, surrender to divine will. There are many different ways of translating, but that's the one that I really line up with. And that sounds wonderful. It sounds great. Yeah, I want to reach enlightenment and access my true self. But usually, when we're going to the next step of our spiritual evolution, the next step of spiritual progress, it means that our old beliefs, our old thoughts, our old patterns, our old emotions, our old habits, ways of doing things needs to be destroyed. And so what tends to happen around this time of year is you will kick up a bunch of the old stuff will get kicked up. It's like, putting a swirl into the water so the stuff on the bottom really gets kicked up. And it's not really fun. It tends to be painful emotionally. It tends to be, you may encompass or come up against some fear, some sadness. Literally, relationships may dissolve. The things that you are attached with and mistakenly identified as, are gonna fall away if you are ready to embrace this light of transcendent awareness that you really are. It takes some courage. So the new moon, the day after Shivaratri, took place in the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius is the past and the future. And those seem like they're different things, but they're really the same. The past is the future is the past. These are all kind of very out there concepts. But this does tell us one thing, that it's an opportunity to make peace with the past, so that we are no longer bringing our past way of thinking, our past mistakes, our past regrets into the present moment. The past is done. It's history. We cannot change it. So I like how Wayne Dyer explains the past and future. Past and future are very linear. There's the past and then here's the future, it's a straight line. And in the past and in the future, we have no contact to divine, no contact to that light within us. The only place that we always have contact is in the present. But if our mind is busy ruminating about some past mistake or projecting into the future, we have no access to the present moment. And so it's a really powerful time with courage. It takes some courage. I did experience this myself this week. I did a lot of chanting and then the puja, and then for 3 or 4 days I was in a lot of emotional pain. Letting go of relationship, letting go of my old ways of doing things, just emotional stuff came up from the past. And it was, it was scary. scary. But a good friend of mine reminded me that all you have to do is go into the heart, go into love, and none of that fear, none of that sadness, none of it can touch you, because you can't destroy this transcendent light that we are. But we forget about it because we're, our mind likes to really create these horror stories for us. But when I'm in fear and pain, it means I am mistakenly identified as my thoughts, or as this temporary body, or this temporary life. It means I am misaligning myself, or I am identified with an illusion. As soon as I shift to the transcendent light, the consciousness that I am, my heart is filled with so much love and gratitude that it's almost overwhelming. So, really good time to make affirmations, I guess, or literally burn off old karma, to have yourself a little fire ceremony, letting go of the past. Let it go. Let it go. And hang in there. What happens is when we resist these things that want to come up and be healed, we're farther from this light. But when we have the courage to walk into it, at first it appears darker, but as soon as it gets to the darkest point is when all of the light comes. So have courage. It shifts, and there is guaranteed light. So much light. So much light. So much light. That is true and actual and everlasting, and nothing in this material world can touch it. The joy and the love and the light that you are. So, good luck, and we'll see you on the new moon, or the full moon, for March. All right, namaste.
Okay, I got a low battery warning a while back.